Hello everyone, welcome back. This is Aluminum Tarot. Thanks so much for joining today. We're now going to move on to the second half of the readings after I have overcome the absolute madness that was the shifting temperatures that took place in London. So I don't think I was properly dressed for it. My throat just went out completely. So that's it. We're a little bit better off today. I'm able to speak a little bit more. I'm not absolutely coughing myself up. And I've got a nice cup of tea over here, so that way I can keep myself all, at least orderly, to say the least, whilst I'm doing these readings, because I know that tea is normally on hand whenever I do these tarot readings. However, it's going to be especially useful this time. So, order of the day, we're going to go ahead and start off with the basics. If you like what you see here, please be sure to give it a like, share, subscribe. Ding the notification bell so that you don't miss any updates from future postings. And additionally, if you would like to support the channel monetarily, feel free to do so at the PayPal link in the description box below. And also feel free to also block and report anyone that you may suspect is a scammer that is operating on the websites or the channels of a lot of YouTube bloggers here. It's important that we protect the community so that people who are doing this for a living can continue to do so unabated. So, that said, we're going to go ahead and get straight into this. This is for Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising for the month of December 2025. This is basically what you need to know right now. And the first card we have up is the King of Swords in the reverse. So, this indicates to me someone who is struggling a bit with getting clear on things that are taking place within their life. Normally it's a person who is intellectually capable of handling anything anyone throws at them, very good at self-defense, normally represents the military. But in this case, what I'm feeling is that it feels like all of your defenses are down, you're feeling a bit vulnerable. Some people equate it with being a narcissist. I don't want to see it in that particular sense in this reading. I'm just seeing a person who doesn't know what to do at this point in time. They're not really handling life as an authority, and they're not able to see things clearly as they are dealing with them. So what is blocking and what is the challenge at this point is the 8 of coins in the reverse. So the challenge indicates that there's a lack of work. There's a lack of being able to work on something. So it could tell me this is someone who's kind of been hit reeling from either a job loss or potentially, a lack of effort that has taken place in their life. I will go ahead and clarify the 8 of coins just to be sure. Clarify the 8 of coins in the reverse. Oof, okay, so yeah, what I said. So this is the card of death, and you have basically lost a job. So if you have lost a job in this particular reading, my heart is out to you. And as a person who has had to go through the ringer when it comes to employment over the last few years, I understand how you feel. And it's never a pretty sight or a very good thing whenever you have to deal with job loss. Moving forward into that, we're going to go to the first part. This is the recent past, where you have a Page of Cups in the reverse. It's you kind of feeling detached and unable to communicate your feelings or thoughts, or unwilling to communicate your feelings or thoughts due to the fact that you are going through this loss of financial status with the 10 of coins in the reverse, which is clarifying that Page of Cups in the reverse. So there's a lot of coins energy on here. There's also a lot of communication reflected in the way these tarot cards are reading at this particular point in time. So that said, oftentimes when we go through these kind of losses, especially when it hits you at your Maslow's hierarchy of needs, like for me, you lose someone that you did have feelings for, that you did love at one point in time. It's like, fuck it, and I can continue my life without this person. But when someone hits you with your job and you get that letter saying your services are no longer needed, or we're going to have to let you go, or you get that phone call, you don't know how you're going to continue life, everything in life. And that can be a very daunting situation, one where you're not really sure which way to go in. how you're going to receive support or help and things of that nature. So that's something that I have understood from the way the job market is now, where I notice that companies are hiring and firing like schizophrenic idiots. Like, I will be honest with you, and I'll go on a rant on this a little bit later, and I'll try to keep it to about 2 minutes. But the too long didn't read version of it is the job market is completely fucked. And to be honest with you, if you get into a good position with a good job, it is a rarity these days. Cherish it while you still have it. But for the majority of people, they've had to go through a lot of nonsense where they have been laid off, had their hours cut, things of that nature, because the companies themselves have yet to understand what it is that they want to get out of it other than instantaneous profits. Now, going into the future, you have the Hierophant in the reverse, and this is clarified by the Four of Coins. So this is you saving your money, not wanting to commit to anything specifically or commit to anyone specifically, because at this point in time, you are doing your best to salvage what it is that you've got now. So that way, you're able to carry on life and plan accordingly a bit more than if you were, without any money, without any resources, without any finances. And that in turn creates a bit of a chaotic situation for you where you're left extremely vulnerable due to the fact that your finances will begin to dwindle as time passes. So it's important for you to prepare now, save your money, and kind of go into the bunker. So that way you can prepare yourself for whatever hardships could potentially take place. With this, we have the Two of Swords in the reverse and the Chariot in the reverse for the energy that is within you at this moment, the core energy. And for you, what this talks about is that you have this sinking feeling that things in life are going to become stuck. And for you, it feels like life is not moving forward. It's kind of like, I'm getting, I'm a metalhead. I'm not sure if anyone knows this band, but there's this song called Frozen in Fear by Jagdpanzer, which is kind of a band from Colorado, very power metal-y. And the lyrics are like, blood turns to ice when he's near. No one believes that she lies awake each night, frozen in fear. Those are the lyrics from that. Now, that song is about something completely different, which is awful. However, in this case, I get that impression from the fact that it's like anticipating what is going to happen next and what you should know about how to attack this very difficult situation. And I hope that you can now devise a plan. Maybe it's about, because you're stuck, the Two of Swords in the reverse is about you saying, okay, I need to make a firm decision to make sure that I'm better prepared so that when things hit the fan, I'm okay and prepared for it. Because right now, the energy that is the Six of Wands in the reverse. Six of Wands in the reverse talks a lot about feeling like a failure, people aren't paying attention to you, or generally what I get as an overall energy to this reading, I see that it's for example, someone who feels like they have fucked up somewhere along the way, or that they have been, it's kind of like a fall from grace energy, but I'll clarify with another card. Yeah. So you have the High Priestess clarifying the Six of Wands. So like you're kind of in a quiet period right now. You're not really wanting to put yourself out there too much. Yeah, Hangman at the bottom of the deck in the reverse. So it's almost like you want to come unstuck, but it's very difficult for you to do that and for things to work out in a favorable manner. What I see as the outcome here, you have the another page. You go from the Page of Cups in the reverse to the Page of Wands in the reverse. And again, that's more of that energy about not knowing which way to go, feeling uninspired to do anything. And of course, clarifying that is the Nine of Swords. So whichever Leo I'm reading for at this particular moment, it's important for you to address the cause of your, intellectual or your mental anguish. And once you can do that, you can approach this with fresh eyes and with a fresh perspective, which is the reason why we have that hangman in the reverse at the time. Now it seems like it's come up right. Once you can do that, you can approach life with a more impartial, non-partisan, methodology that will give you the right foot forward into a solution for this crisis. I'm going to pull some advice cards. Advice for Leo, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Okay, there we go. All right, so the advice is the Knight of Swords in the reverse, which is about slowing down, avoiding being reckless during these periods of time, wanting to lash out, wanting to say awful things to people because you feel they have wronged you. But, that's not the right path forward. And additionally, the Four of Swords in the reverse, I would actually say take a break, get the support that you need from someone, enter the sanctuary, and be able to relax, gather your thoughts before you decide to tackle this issue. When it comes to getting back into the workforce after a period of, joblessness or being out of work, it's important that you upskill. Take advantage of a lot of the programs that a government may have. Take benefits, get the support from your family. I've had to do it in my lifetime a couple of times, actually, because of the nature of the changing job market. However, after each time, I came out a lot stronger, upskilled in ways that I never imagined possible, and got an even better position than the previous one. So it's all really about what kind of work that you're willing to put into it and what kind of things you're going to do in order to make it to your pathway forward. I'll pull one more advice card. It's bad. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry, Leah. I know I'm trying not to take the piss with you tonight, but the piss has been taken. Six of Cups in the reverse. There's going to be a lot of mental anguish. I would just suggest that you plan accordingly, get the support of the people that you need. Do not try to live your life as if you were an island. I know that stereotypically, Leos are, they may be unwilling to allow other people to help them out due to pride. And this is not the time for that. What you have to do now is swallow your pride and move forward by reaching out to the people within your circle. And this card came out. This was at the very top of the deck, 6 of Coins. And so what this is telling us is that you will need the support of people. This is people helping you with financially, people providing you with information, upskilling, opportunities, things of that nature. Because sometimes, especially in today's job market, you may have to really go in a completely different trajectory or a completely different course. I've had to do it. I went from journalism. When journalism started to die off due to ChatGPT, and people just wanting to be bots about the way they reported information, I had to upskill and get into a completely different field, which now has me more engineering focused. And so for that, I didn't think it would ever be possible. At first, I felt like I wasn't qualified for the job, but I kept on, and it was a long slog trying to get through it. And then eventually one company gave me the opportunity to do that. And that led to a completely new trajectory in my life, which I am extremely grateful for that. And a day doesn't go by where when I thought it was impossible, now realizing that it was possible, that I'm grateful that I had the support behind me to encourage me to go out and try to keep applying, try to keep networking with people, going to, work with others to try to build my skill set, get new certifications and all that. And I believe that you can do it too. So I'm going to wish you the best of luck. This is not an easy read, and I do not expect for you to take this lightly. However, I'm giving you the advice that you can use to get out of that situation, and hopefully it will be of some use to you down the path. So anyways, this has been Aluminum Tarot. Thanks so much for joining. If you like what you see here, please be sure to give a like, share, subscribe, ding the notification bell, leave a comment below in the conversation box. And also, if you'd like to support monetarily, also the PayPal link is below. Feel free to contribute whatever you'd like. Until next time, take care. I hope you have a good December, a good holiday season, despite all of the madness that has taken place in these cards. I do wish you a safe and pleasant December holiday season. Anyways, take care. Till next time, love and light.